things that has happened in Jefferson County. At one time, some of these courthouses, some of the justice of peace offices were being looked at to be shut down. I don't know if they were thinking about at one time only having one justice of peace in Port Arthur or not. Was that a consideration at one time?
It actually came up. It was never on the record with the Commissioner's Court, as far as I know. I did hear some rumblings of that.
Okay.
As soon as I did, I made an appointment immediately with the county judge and drove to Beaumont, sat down across the desk from him and said, this just can't work. We need these two offices. This can't happen. It cannot happen. He's from Port Arthur. I said, you need to think about what's if this is even being considered. Think about the ramifications of this. I was told immediately that was not being considered, and that was something that was discussed but not considered. There is a difference to have a discussion about something, but not to go any further with it.
Right.
And that's been, I would say, 6 years ago.
Right.
And there's been nothing that has been mentioned that I'm aware of. And I am on top of these things. This is something I'm concerned about. This is an office that I'm seeking re-election for. I have no reason or desire to want this office to go away.
Right.
Port Arthur needs the representation that we have. It needs two JPs, period. There's enough work there for the both of them.
And as I come, as I sit here and I talk to you, man, I wear different hats. I've worn the hat, my most important hat that I wear, of course, is as pastor. Yeah. That is the first and foremost position, because that is the one that I didn't call myself to. That is the position that I was, born into. I like to say born into, because the Word of God, of course, says that, God knew me before I was even in my mother's womb. He said that about Jeremiah. So I believe, I tell people all the time that I'm adopted. I wasn't born in Port Arthur. I got here as soon as I could. My mother and my father adopted me. I was raised in Port Arthur by a great uncle and great aunt. And so, God knew Port Arthur would need a city councilman, need a pastor, need a school board member, whatever. And so, I was born for that reason. And I know that as you talk about, what you feel called and led to do, all of these things are a calling. But it is important for you to have someone there who can go and talk and to lobby and to say that Port Arthur is going to be growing again, and it is. As I sit here so the census is going up. We thought we were going to be losing people, but we did not. We gained people, and so the city is growing. It's growing economically. It's growing, I believe, in viability. It's growing educationally. So we needed that office, and so to be able to lobby for that was so important.
And I trust me, as soon as I caught wind of that, I immediately, the same day, I drove to Beaumont to meet with the county judge, because I needed to nip that in the bud as quickly as possible and get that conversation off the lips of anyone who would.
What are some of the challenges you see facing the justice of the peace position, especially here in Port Arthur, as you're seeking to be reelected? Are there some new challenges that you're seeing